Initial reports suggested the US was preparing to send an additional 120,000 troops to the Middle East to combat the perceived threat from Iran. But President Donald Trump has now confirmed he's sending 1,500.
We want to have protection. The Middle East, we're going to be sending a relatively small number of troops.
The US Defense Department says the troops are going to include an anti-missile battery, additional intelligence and surveillance and reconnaissance aircraft. It's also sending fighter aircraft for deterrence. The Pentagon says the move is defensive and not meant to provoke war, but it adds to another rush deployment. Earlier this month, the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group started to move to the Gulf.
We would continue to call for caution and restraint, both in terms of actions and in terms of rhetoric.
The threat from Iran is also being used to push through $8 billion in weapons sales to Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and Jordan. Normally Congress would be given 30 days to approve foreign arms sales, but it's already put a hold on earlier sales. So Secretary of State Mike Pompeo decided to bypass Congress and declare the sale necessary to bolster regional allies against Iran. In a statement he said delaying the shipment could cause problems for our key partners during a time of increasing regional volatility. He says he sees this as a one-off event.
The State Department's decision to do this implies that they are very intent on increasing the weapons flow to Saudi Arabia. But they did it within what I think they would argue is a politically acceptable frame by adding Jordan to the mix, plus the UAE now, of course, although it may have been there originally. These three countries together, it looks like a more robust package of defense against Iran.
The sale has provoked criticism from both Republicans and Democrats in Congress, but it appears there's little they can do to stop it. The president insists robust US action has sent a clear message to Iran.
Right now, I don't think Iran wants to fight, and I certainly don't think they want to fight with us.
Trump maintains he wants to strike a new nuclear deal with Iran, having pulled the US out of the existing deal. He's cranked up tough financial sanctions to force them to reopen discussions. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.